Hey friends, welcome to another Wolverine live stream. So it's been a while. I hope everybody is doing well and that everybody's in good health and taking care of yourselves. Um, I know I haven't been on here in what seems like forever, and there's a good reason for that. I have been dealing with a lot. I know I'm always dealing with a lot, and I keep telling you guys, well, I don't want to hide it from you, and I'm going to tell you all about it. And then I just don't have the energy, honestly, to film myself every day doing all the things that I do. So I figured I would just come on here and give you like a recap of my previous month or so of life and let y'all know that I'm okay. I'm doing all right. I'm fine. If a small human comes in here and interrupts the live stream, it's my daughter. We're home alone right now because my husband's on his way home from work. So this is going to be a real quick one. I might get on again later. I'm not sure. But so what's been up? Um, as most of you know, I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and I have been dealing with the doctors and medications and all of that good stuff. Well, hi, Deanne. And this past month, I have had an MRI of my. You guys can probably hear my dog. I've had an MRI of my right hip and um, lumbar spine, and then I had an MRI of my thoracic spine, and then I had an MRI of my cervical spine and both shoulders. So it's been a lot of time in this tiny little tube, which has been really kind of lame. The good news is that the damage isn't as bad as I had feared. The bad news is there's damage that they can see on the MRI, and there's not really much to be done about it because of my EDS. Surgery isn't really an option at this point. Even if it was, I'm not ready to start cutting into my body in order to fix things that aren't going to heal properly anyway. Um, so there's that. And now I'm in the process of looking for a specialist for all of that stuff. I did find out that I have degenerative changes in several of my thoracic vertebrae, which basically means arthritis. I have several fractures in my thoracic vertebrae on the front side, so luckily away from my spinal canal, so there's no real danger of me like paralyzing myself, but there are fractures in my spine, and the curve of my cervical neck is actually reversed. So it's supposed to curve like this, and instead mine's curved like the opposite direction. So instead of like this, it's like this. And that's just the start. I have more tests to do. Probably going to have an MRI to check for Chiari malformation because of some of my symptoms lately. But there is good news. There's really good news. A few months ago, I want to say 3 or 4 months ago, I started a new drug called Buspirone for anxiety, and it's also known as Buspar. Buspirone is just the generic name. Anyway, the side effect of that drug for me anyway has been an elimination of my nerve pain for up to 12 hours at a time, which is amazing. Like, this is something I've lived with my whole life. I've always had fibromyalgia on top of everything else. And so now having relief from that is huge. And I've actually been able to function really well. In this past week, my family, my children, my husband have been harvesting apples off the back. We have 2 trees in the backyard, 2 apple trees, and some of them are like this big. We have huge apples back there. So they've been harvesting apples, and I've been in the kitchen baking, and I have made 2.5 pints of apple butter, 2 pints of peach preserves, 2 peach pies, 4 apple pies, and there's still probably a ton of apples on the trees back there. We got a bumper crop this year. So my plan is I'm going to get some more jars this week, and then I'm going to can up some apple pie filling and apple butter and donate it to the local food bank. So that should be fun. Other than that, I've been working on my hats for the homeless like I do every year. This year so far, I've donated 17 hats, 9 of which I made. I do have my knitting machine, so I'm going to be working on those more as it starts to cool off. It's starting to get colder here now. So the issue I'm running into now, actually, surprisingly, is a shortage of yarn to make hats with, because the machine only works with like DK and worsted weight yarn. So it's a little bit tricky to figure out what kind of yarn you can use. And it doesn't work with bulky. I did get a bag of bulky from one of the ladies who also made some hats. So that's in the works. And then, of course, I'm homeschooling my children, which is kind of why I haven't been around. I have been flooded with orders off of my Etsy, which is amazing. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the support. It's a beautiful thing because when I make medicine for you in my house, I get to be with my kids. And with my health, that's the only kind of job I can really do. And so the ability to be creative while also helping people heal is really special. So thank you for everybody who has placed an order off of my Etsy. I really appreciate it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I have just been busy, busy, busy. I just wanted to pop on and say hello. I will probably pop on, if not tonight, maybe tomorrow, and talk to you guys a little bit about the video games I've been playing because that's my new obsession. And I have been working on a blanket for someone, and unfortunately 2 days ago she passed away. So I don't know what to do. She's a very dear friend of mine, and the goal was for it to be her Christmas present, and unfortunately she suddenly passed away. And her husband and I are good friends. They're an older couple, so they're kind of like my adopted parents. But I have the blanket and it's about half done, and I just don't know. I'm going to finish it, and then I think I'll probably offer it to her husband and see if he wants it. But if you guys could just keep my friend Wilbur in your prayers, he's lost his wife. He's having a hard time, so I would really appreciate that. I actually have the blanket here. I'll show it to you. It's the Jacaranda Crochet Along, and I started it a few months ago, messed it up, had to start over, and I have a little human over here, and I don't really want to show her to the public because this is a public live stream. So if you see me gesturing off screen, I'm either yelling at my dog or shushing my child. We stay busy over here. My other child is at his dad's house for the weekend, so he's not here, unfortunately. But he's going to come home and help me eat all those pies. So this is let's see, which side is the front? This is the front. This is the blanket that I was working on when she passed away. My goal was to have it done. I'm on part 5 of, I think, 11, so I'm almost halfway done. I've been working on it for several months, but I did mess it up and I started over probably 3 or 4 times. And it's kind of hard to work on now. It's I get emotional sometimes. It's also kind of therapeutic. So crochet is weird because sometimes I'll get like really attached, and I was really excited for her to have this, and now that she's passed, it's heart-wrenching. Thank you, Deanne. Yeah, I was really excited to give it. So here's the story. Her name was Marion, and Marion was the wife of my friend Chubb, who happens to be a Lakota holy man. Not that it's that important to her story, but I have done a couple ceremonies with her. We did sweats together and UEP ceremonies and things, and she just got to be kind of like family to me, and taught me a lot, like a lot about myself, about the medicine that I carry, about ceremony, about God, about spirituality. And she was just so open to like teach me anything I asked her. She would give me whatever answer that she had, and if she didn't know, she would ask somebody who did. And so I don't have the best relationship with my real mom, so it was really nice to have that. And now I decided the reason why I bring up that she's Lakota is because in Native American culture, giving somebody a blanket is a huge sign. It's a big deal because if you remember American history and the way that things went, the blankets that the government gave to the Native Americans were infested with smallpox and caused a lot of death and destruction. So if you give somebody a blanket, it's a sign that they can trust you. And so I have been working on, I'm trying not to get emotional, but I've been working on this blanket for about 6 months, and I kept messing it up and starting over because I wanted it to be perfect for her. And I never got a chance. She never got to see it. I would send pictures to her husband and be like, do you think she'll like it? And now she's gone. So I guess it's just a reminder to like let people know how precious they are while they're still here. So that's something that I'm dealing with as well. Anyway, I've got to go because my daughter is over here. She's very quiet, very well behaved child, but she's inching closer and closer because she wants something. So I'm gonna go. I might try and pop on again later, Deanne. It was lovely to see you. I'm gonna try and do this more often. I feel really bad that I haven't been around. It's just life, life just gets crazy. So I'm going to ask my husband to help me remember to film everything that I do, just like all these other YouTubers, and then turn it into some kind of blog or something, maybe once a month. I think once a week is too much for me right now, but I think I might be able to do something once a month. So, and I might change my channel name again. I'm not sure. So we'll see how it goes. Um, Other than that, I'm good. I'm healthy. I'm here. Thank you so much for those of you who reached out, who were concerned. Yeah, I'm still alive. So it was so good to see you too, Deanne. I will try and pop on again, maybe after the little one's in bed, otherwise tomorrow. But there's more to catch y'all up on. So have a wonderful night. Don't forget that you are all blessed, beautiful, beloved beings, and I'm so happy that you exist. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me in my little corner of the world. Don't forget to wash your hands, wear your masks, and be kind to yourselves and each other. And absolutely go get hydrated because I know most of us don't drink enough water. So, all right, you guys, I love you all so much. Bye.